In Chicago, Illinois, a masked teen approaches a college student.
And the suspect demanded her phone before flashing the gun. The pair got into a tussle.
I was grabbing for maybe my phone, maybe the gun. It's really like a blackout moment for me. And I realized that I was able to grab the magazine out of the gun.
The loaded magazine, now in police custody, Maddie says, and she hopes it will help solve the crime.
First off, that girl is a complete badass, and I owe her a personal apology for whenever I watched one of those Marvel or superhero movies and rolled my eyes or groaned at the idea of a tiny 100-pound girl being able to fight off a armed mass criminal with nothing but her fists, because she is living proof that it's not only possible, but in this real-life scenario, she was the most combat-capable person. As obviously social media is calling out the dude she looked to, who was just casually sitting on the grass as this went down. And this X account even calls him a beta male, to which almost all the replies reminded them of Daniel Penny, and how deep blue cities like New York City or Chicago don't take kindly to men stepping in to save you. As users even bring up, whatever happened to equal rights and women's empowerment?
Do we need men? Do women need men in this world? You need a man?
No.
You need a man? You need men? No. Why?
No.
Now obviously not every girl thinks this way, and as we see on places like the Whatever podcast, most women that say this on the surface, when even given the slightest amount of pushback to that statement, they all seem to agree that they do indeed need men in instances such as protection. But I sadly don't see this as a dynamic between men and women as much as it's just society as a whole failing to protect the innocent, all in the name of progressivism. Because when you look at the story of the attempted robbery outside the university in Chicago, WGN does report 2 teens were arrested, being charged for armed robbery and possession of a stolen vehicle, citing that they were just 17 and 16. And this taking place in Chicago, where teens can temporarily overthrow the city, the mayor is more concerned with how to kindly label this takeover.
That's not appropriate. We're not talking about mob actions. I didn't say that. Okay, hold on a second, okay? Respectfully, these large gatherings, just hold on a second, y'all.
But when the mob of teens randomly beat down a couple on the street,
Look, demonizing children is wrong. We have to keep them safe as well.
and on top of that, how the same mayor was able to get police officers removed from their public schools, defunded their system that could track gunfire.
The campaign promise fulfilled. Mayor Brandon Johnson is ending the city's use of the controversial gunfire surveillance system known as ShotSpotter,
and demanded a ceasefire.
So I will exercise my vote and my right. I vote aye.
Not for Chicago, but for some overseas conflict that his city has absolutely nothing to do with. So sadly, in cities like deep blue Chicago, they provide you, the average law-abiding citizen, absolutely nothing in terms of safety. And unless you're Chicago's own Scarlett Johansson, aka the Kirkland brand Black Widow, nobody is coming to save you. From the police they defunded, crime-fighting technology they eliminated, and most importantly, the men they neutered. So hopefully this unfortunate incident and subsequent synopsis of why this occurred is enough to wake young voters up to the third world levels of crime they welcome with open arms into their society. And instead of my normal sign-off, maybe having it as a anime outro sung by someone that college-age girls really listen to will get them to actually hear my message.
If you appreciate my concise and lighthearted commentary, then hopefully I've earned your subscription. So let's hit 1 million subscribers this year.